The Phoenix, a prophetic prayer for the poor. October 21st, 1973. The Phoenix was a very unusual and supposedly mythological spirit being with the form of a fabulously beautiful, large scarlet and gold-colored bird, similar to the flamingo, with a very melodious voice. It appears throughout the religions of the Orient, all the way from Egypt to China, but is particularly associated with Egypt and the Arabs, especially the sun worship of ancient Egypt, whose principal magnificent temple was a Heliopolis near Cairo. The phoenix was considered a good omen of prosperity, benign rule, and the active principle of life in nature. It also represented resurrection, life after death, and eternal immortality. Its legendary life lasted hundreds of years, at the end of which it built a nest of aromatic spices, set it on fire, and was consumed in the flames, from the smoking ashes of which it immediately rose to life again, to live a new life of many more hundreds of years. Its presence was considered a blessing, but its departure was a warning of impending doom. The phoenix was also symbolic of the eternal spirit which cannot be destroyed, that despite seeming death shall always rise again. Birds in the Holy Scriptures, or bird-like creatures, particularly in the prophetic scriptures, usually represented spiritual beings, angels, supernatural powers, spirits, and even the Holy Spirit of God. In Egyptian religion, the phoenix was the soul of Osiris, god of the sun, and was said to have appeared in the sunrise from Arabia. It is also identified with Venus, the morning star, which in Revelation 22, verse 16, Jesus says that he himself is the bright and morning star. Christ also speaks of his own second coming in the end. Time as the rising of the day star, or again the morning star. The early Greek Christians considered the phoenix definitely as a symbol of Jesus, who came down from heaven with wings full of fragrant perfume, his divine words. He did indeed build a nest of spiritual spices and then offered himself in death for us, only to rise again from the ashes of the grave to live forever. What an accurate symbolism. Could he indeed have been represented in ancient mythology by the peerless phoenix? Even the phoenix's royal colors of scarlet and gold, its graceful form and lovely voice remind us of him. In Malachi 4, verse 2, Jesus is spoken of as the Son of Righteousness, which shall arise with healing in his wings unto you that fear my name. I am convinced, as I have said before, that many of the ancient mythological characters, events, and religions had some original basis in actual facts, spiritual personalities and past battles, struggles and occurrences in the spirit world, between both evil spirits and good and evil spirits, the angels of God and the demons of Satan. In the process of time and through lack of specific recording or the loss of written records, some of these accounts became considerably contorted, distorted and embellished by word of mouth into some of the odd tales which we have in mythology today, which have been handed down to us from thousands of years ago. If Christ himself, therefore, is likened unto the sun, and his bride, the church, unto the moon, only reflecting his glory, and the stars as angels, gods of the heavens, is it any wonder that some of the ancients, through the passage of time and the darkness of ignorance of the full truth of God, and for lack of his holy scriptures, became confused and misled and began to worship the sun, moon, and stars themselves as symbols of their Creator? Them that trust in the Lord, thy God shall be saved and shall rise again, like the phoenix from the ashes of defeat, by the miracle-working power of God, like a resurrection. This shall he do, and this God shall do for him, if he crieth unto him against these Antichrist enemies, as a testimony unto his holy name forever, and to vindicate his servants the prophets. So shall God do it. They that trust in armor shall be defeated, but he that putteth his trust in the living God shall never fail. Even though he be smitten, he shall rise again for the glory of the living God. Thine arm is not shortened that it cannot save, neither is thine ear deafened that it cannot hear, but their sins have separated them from thee. There shall be a very great shaking in the land, and the Lord himself shall come, and he shall utter his voice in the heavenlies, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And the earth itself shall tremble, and the high places shall be destroyed and brought low. All those high places, those towers, and only them which call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.